Hello! Welcome to Toby's Freedom. It's still the 23rd of September 2024. And we're gonna talk about Titanic again because nobody has talked about this in the conspiracy world, the conspiracy movement, or the activist movement. It's funny that nobody did it. It's strange, but I don't like predictions. I don't like it because you can't count on it. People say this and that and this will be a prediction. One of my few predictions, okay? Just like the Hurley, James Anthony Hurley and Hugo Hurley Reyes from Lost. That was a prediction. But this is one of the big ones. They're trying or making a replica of the ship Titanic. So I don't know, it haven't happened. It's not happened yet. Excuse me, my English is bad. And we're gonna look at this ship built by the Australian billionaire Clive Palmer. Not White Star Line, but Blue Star Line. I'm thinking that. Let's just read it. Titanic 2 is a planned passenger ocean liner intended to be functional modern day replica of Olympic class RMS Titanic. The new ship is to be planned cross a tonnage of 56,000, while the original ship measured about 46,000 gross register ton. The project was announced by Australian billionaire Clive Palmer April 2012, and that was the 100th anniversary of the Titanic, and the same year as Costa Concordia lie. April 2012 as the flagship proposed cruise company Blue Star Line Pty Limited of Brisbane, Australia. The intended launch date was originally set for 2016, delayed for 2016, then 2022, then set for 2027, and that's 2 years away. Development of the project was resumed in November 2018 after Helios, which began in 2015, caused by financial disputes which affected the 500 million project. And I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole thing. But the thing is, in my opinion, looks like Titanic. I don't know if we're gonna sail the same route. We have to find out. We have to look on that. If we're gonna sail from, was it Southampton to Dublin, Ireland to New York? Was it that route? Oh, routes Southampton, New York City. That's what I said. And didn't it have a port in Ireland? I can't remember. But and I don't know about the ticket prices either. We have to look at that also. I don't know if it says here. But the thing is, when the ticket prices, I don't know if this is gonna be once in a lifetime or they're gonna use it properly, functionally after 2007, 27. They will do that. But the thing is, the first the Virgin route where it sailed for the first time. The tickets is gonna be sold out. People love this story. It's the story of the biggest cruise liner, the unsinkable ship. People still love this story. Even if the story is wrong, they still love it and cherish the story. They want to relive the story. This is going to be sold out, these ticket prices. And I don't know if it's going to be first or second or third class. I don't know. I don't think so. I think this ship will be, this is a theory. I don't know if it's true. Maybe we can look it up. I don't know. But I think this ship will be only rich people. There are not going to be any poor people on this Titanic version. And it's only going to be millionaires and billionaires on this ship. And my prediction is that this ship, I think people, they want, this is a theory also, they want the ship to be sunken, People love the story, and there's gonna be a whole lot of crowding up on the front deck. I'm the king of the world. They want to do this. They want to take part of this charade. The official story or the movie by James Cameron, the romantic bullshit propaganda movie by James Cameron from 1997. And the movie had 25-year anniversary, and they took it up again in the movie theaters. I don't want to watch it again. Sorry. Design and construction, power plant. So maybe people say Titanic was a switch and it never sunk and all that, and that's false disinfo because Robert D. Ballard was there in 1985 and he filmed from the on the ship from the wreckage. It says on the wreckage Titanic. It was not a switch. I say it again. It's not a switch. It's not fake CGI. The wreckage is real, and it lies down in the bottom of Atlantic Ocean. It's not fake. It's there, for God's sake. Not everything is a hoax and a lie or bullshit. The ship, the wreckage is there. There's no switch, but still, it could be an insurance scam. It could be an insurance fraud, inside job, planted bombs, controlled demolition with bombs, because there's no proof of icebergs. I'm talking about the old Titanic, not this one. And there's one picture of an iceberg, and it proves nothing, really. So, would people want? I think people want. If they went on the ship, they want it to be sunken by purpose. They want to die. They want to die on the ship. It's a theory. I know it's a sick theory. I know it, but you want to be part of the history, right? And the ticket's gonna be very expensive, and we all know. Oh, the elites. Oh, they are so rich. They're so powerful. They control the world. Oh, they are so evil. And the thing is, now I'm gonna say this it's out of context, but rich people. There's so many rich people nowadays. So who are the elites anyway? So I'm just saying, who are the controllers? There's so many rich people nowadays. So interior, I don't know. It's not that interesting. But people love this story. They love it. They love it, and that's why they build a replica of it. And this is gonna be in the news, and they're probably gonna make a documentary about it. I don't know. That's tickets price. Let's look at the ticket prices. Price. However, as rough guided, it will cost between €1,000 to €1,280 and to €10,000, quote 12,769 per person, sharing a 2 cabin for 7 night crossing. Wasn't it supposedly 1,500 passenger who supposedly died or drowned, and supposedly 700 were rescued? So I don't think I don't think the ship will be ready for 2027. I don't think so. Well, it sounds very expensive. I'm not gonna go on this trip. But it's gonna be sold out for sure. It's gonna be popular. I think they're gonna make some supposedly psyop hoax on the first crossing. Probably. They're gonna do it again. Maybe. I don't know. A stage event like the first one. It's a prediction. I don't know. I could be wrong. So, I'm gonna talk more about Titanic because I'm gonna make another video with the Danish ship, our Danish Titanic that fewer people have know about. But we have a Danish Greenlandic. I've talked about it in a Danish video, but I'm gonna do it again because I'm gonna talk in English. Sorry, if you already know the story about MS Hans Hedtoft, then don't watch it again. But I'm gonna make a video about it. We had a similar case. Our Danish Greenlandic Titanic, and it was lot similar. It was unsinkable. They also said it was unsinkable. And 95 people supposedly got drowned. There's no pictures of an iceberg here. They only found a life, what's it called? Um, ah, uh, uh, redningskrans. Lifeline. Lifeline. They only find the lifeline the year after, and MS Hans Hiltoft was the 30th of January 1959. So that's 65 years ago. Next year it's 66 years ago. So it's never been solved because the wreckage has never been found. There's another ship that's similar to MS Hans Hiltoft called Hannah S. They haven't found these two ships. They sunk supposedly at Cap Farvel in Greenland, and at the way back. This was an iceberg, and Hannah S was a hurricane or a signal problem or something like that. Um, hmm, here it is. Hannah S. 18 people drowned. They haven't found the wreckage either. So, is it a hoax? Was it organized? Was it orchestrated? I'm gonna do a video with both of the ships and Titanic to compare in gematria or numerology. So they never found the ship. It struck an iceberg, and 95 people drowned. There's a memorial tower out at the North Atlantic Brew. Nordatlantiens Brygge. And there's many conspiracies that the ship was built wrong. Very interesting story. And yeah. Excuse me, the noise out on the street. Let's translate this. Danish Titanic. The aftermath. It remains a mystery how the ship could sink. MS Hans Hiltoft has been called the Danish Titanic, as the ship like Titanic hit an iceberg on its main voyage and sank. All through the ship was considered unsinkable. Greenland's minister Johannes Kjærbøl was threatened in the parliament with impeachment proceedings from the Liberal, Conservative and Social People's Party when he had already allegedly missed members of the parliament in connection with reading of the statement from the Captain's Employment KGH, which failed mention to two captains warring against winter sailing with ship to Greenland. So they already knew. And the funny thing is, I have wrote a mail to International Iceberg Patrol about Titanic and MS Hans Hedtoft, and I got no response back. They ignore my mail, so there you go. People don't want to tell anything, so I just want to go along with the lie or the flow. So when MS Hans Hedtoft was proclaimed to be unsinkable, warnings about icebergs were particularly taken into account, which proven fatal. But among many of the shipping company's own captains, there was great opposition to the year-round sailing Arctic winters, especially in the waters around Cape Farvel. This fear, however, was hushed up from the political side. On the 30th of January 1959 at 13:56 at the winter station at Prins Christiansund, received a mayday from the ship that it had concealed with the iceberg 20 neutral miles away south from Cape Farvel. The German trawler Johannes Knuss was approached 25 neutral miles east of MS Hans Hedtoft and described a very bad weather sailing towards the position. At 5:41, MS Hans Hedtoft announced, "We are sinking slowly." That was the last we heard of MS Hans Hedtoft. In the following days, ships' planes searched for wreckage and any survivors. However, nothing was found. The 40th crew member and 56 passengers proceed dead, and has not been seen since. With the bottom of the sea, the ship took church records from the parishes of the south and central Greenland, and it was decided that this should arrive in Denmark 9 months later. Life Right drifted ashore in Iceland as only the place of the wreckage that has been found. The wave of salvation can be seen today in the Saviour's Church in Quakutok. I don't know. That's Julianehoop, I think. And there's a conspiracy book by Per Lynge Lybert. I can't even say his name. He's Greenland, half Danish, half Greenlandic. He is probably a gatekeeper and a shill, but I like the book. I've looked in it, and there's so many things that's not on the web that you can't even find. Here it is. This is a conspiracy book. This one. I bought it. This is a very good book, actually. I have to read passages from the book up in a video with my phone because I can only find people at debunking the book. I can't find where people agree what he says, but I agree more on this story than the official story because the mainstream story is so fucking weak. And the alternative story is much more organic. Like this guy, he's such a moron. He's a catastrophe history expert on Danish TV. He's such an idiot. This is the He's trying to debunk the book, and he's not critical and skeptical with anything. And I hate his fucking guts. Here it is. But it says like the ship was close to land. It was closed in Prince Christian's Sund. They couldn't hear it. The telegraph could hear it loud and clearly. The SOS. It wasn't far out. The ship it sailed very close to land. They could see it. And it also says it was a hurricane, a storm that crushed the wreckage. There was no iceberg. And it also said it was that a submarine shot it down or sunk it. I don't believe that. That's the same with MS Estonia. That's bullshit. There are many theories, and it's quite interesting. It also says the numbers of death is wrong. The death toll is totally wrong. Also, it's made up. I won't read the debunk. This guy is a fucking joke. It doesn't believe in conspiracy or truth. I don't want to read it up. It also one of the few passenger ships in the world who had a cannon on because of the Cold War. There are also rumors that it had Greenlandic gold on it. So it's very interesting. I know. Well, Toby, Sweden, why do you think hoaxes are interesting when you know it's a false story? Because there's nothing been proved yet. There's no evidence or proof. The case is still wide open, and the family, the friends, acquaintances never got any bodies back. They only found the lifeline. That's it. The book says, one part of the book says there was found some wreckage, and I can't remember where this wreckage is, but it's speculation. I'm not sure about it, but it's very interesting that it's similar to Titanic. It was Greenlandic, Danish. It sunk in Greenland, and the other ship, Hannah S. It's very fascinating. And they tried to find it in 2006 with Galatea expedition, but they couldn't find it. I think they done it by purpose. I think the government knows where the ship is. This guy who wrote this book, his granddad or grandfather was on the ship. Arku Lynge. He was a famous back in the day parliament politician. He was on the ship. So he wrote the book. He knows the coronets. Is it called that? The coronets? He knows where the ship is, and the government doesn't allow him to find the ship. It's so fucking stupid. So I think the Galatea expedition will, they're not even interesting to find shipwrecks, but they're only allowed to be interested in the oceans or the plants, and they are scientists. They're not supposed to find shipwrecks, but it was a side mission to find the wreckage in 2006, but it didn't find it. So let's look it up. Galatea expedition. Galatea expedition. MS Toft. Yeah, they never found the ship. They never found it. They got the wrong coordinates. And they never found it. This world is so funny. And the thing is about the Icelandic Ocean, the ocean between Greenland and Iceland, the ice ocean, is it called that? Is so thick and so deep and twisted, so you can't even, it's hard to find the ships. It's not like Titanic was found on a straight bottom, so that was very easy to find. The MS Hans Hedtoft and Han S are not easy because the shipwrecks are twisted in ice, you know. It's about 3,500 deep, and the Atlantic Ocean with Titanic was 1,200. So it's very difficult to find the ships. It was never possible to find the Danish ship MS Hans Hedtoft, which sank the south of Cape Farvel on the 30th of January 1959 and took 95 people with it in its deeps. Now the Galatea expedition will make an attempt, writes the Morgenavis Jyllandsposten. Vederen sailed from Nuuk on Monday, and after a short stay in Grønnedal, the research vessel will sail south towards the Azores, but on the way, Vederen will sail 2 positions south of Cape Farewell, where it is believed that the wreckage of Hans Hedtoft may be located. There are many people who still are interested in the sinking of the ship, says the manager, Carsten Schmidt. Over the years, there have been several attempts to locate Hans Hedtoft's wreckage. The search was not originally part of the Ares program, but the search will be coordinated with the research on board. It is also some of the researchers' equipment that will be used to study of the seabed. But they never found it. It's done by purpose. Somebody's interested that they don't find it. I don't know why. Is it numerology? Is it gematria? Is it the numbers? We have to go along with the numbers. What is it? Is there gold on the ship? I don't know. I don't really know. This guy also, the guy who wrote the book about the alternative book about MS Hans Hedtoft, he says the ship was insured. That's bullshit. It was an insurance scam to get the money, because they never found the ship. And the funny thing is, there's footage where the ship leaves Nyhavn in Copenhagen to sail up to Greenland. So the ship has been out on its virgin. Could it be scrapped? Could they scrap the ship? I don't know. They found some wreckage of Hanne S, but they didn't find any wreckage of MS Hans Hedtoft. Very strange, huh? They found some wreckage of the other ship, but they didn't find this one. Did they take the ship to the scrape? The shipyard, the trash yard, you know what I mean? Because there's no ship. It's like, excuse me, I put other layers on it. It's like there were no planes in the Twin Tower. There were no gun in the left gangwing story. The Palestine, the good terrorists, the post office robbery. There were no gun found. There were no nuclear weapon found in the Iraq War. And there was no virus found in Wuhan, China. And so on and so on. I can go on and on and on without finding lies. So, did they take the ships to the scrapyard? That's what I'm speculating on. You know, what happened? Really? And there's also footage, black and white footage, where the military is out looking after the ship. They didn't find it. Somebody's being quiet of somebody. Somebody knows something, but I don't know anymore because it's been 65 years and many of the family members and friends are dead. So who knows? Who knows it? Is not this case? Probably they're gonna find it. I don't know when, but they're gonna find the shipwreck. But they're not gonna have any trial, or they're not gonna expose more. There's no new knowledge in it. No one is gonna be convicted for nothing. So that's it. They're probably gonna find these two ships, but no one is gonna be convicted. It's been too far. It's too long ago. So that's how the elites, the elites and the controllers work. When people don't be arranged in the cases, they just leave it. And then people are not interested in it because it's too long ago and it's too private and people don't want to step on people's toes, you know. People are afraid. Too long ago and all of that. So that's how it works. That's how brainwashing works. So the next generation wouldn't debunk it, and the next generation, and the next, and the next, and the next. That's how these stories work. People are not interested in the truth. They only want to listen to the official story and go along with it. That's how the elites work also. So yeah. But it's all speculation and rumors and conspiracies. I don't know. So the two ships have never been found. So there's nothing to do about the Titanic too. But I wanted to make sure that you're prepared for the story because nobody really knows the story outside of Denmark or Greenland because it's a Danish story. There's some ship nerds who know. There's some ship nerds out there who knows it, but it's very few. So I'm not a ship nerd. I'm a truther and a conspiracy theorist. So that's why I don't know if I'm awake, because there's many cases that I used to believe in that I don't believe anymore. So I can say I have both sides in me. So I have a wake side and I have a sheep side. Sorry. I'm skeptical and critical. I think I'm skeptical and critical person. I don't know if I'm a wake person. I don't know. I got some of it in me still, but awake. But they're never gonna solve this case. Never, ever. And Hannah S. They're never gonna solve it. They're never gonna solve these two cases. Let's look at Hannah S. again. One last time. They're never gonna solve it. There it is. So they also wrote a book about it. So I don't have that book. I wanted to buy it, but it went out of sale or production, so I don't know where to find it. But very interesting. So I didn't find it. So somebody's interested not to find it. That's it. That's it for now. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye.